your relationship with your favorite sports teams, if it were with a woman, you should get out. Like, the unhealthy relationship we have with our sports teams should never exist in friendship, marriage, family. It really is the most unhealthy of relationships we have. The highs and lows, like, you don't need all that drama.
Yeah, it's fickle, it's fleeting. It leaves you happy and sad. It is unhealthy, but that is the fun and drama of why we love sports sometimes.
It's the fandom where, like, I'm so aggravated by the Mets and under-delivering, just really stinking to the high heavens, as your parents would say. Stinking to the high heavens. And then, all it takes is a stupid purple McDonald's mascot, and now the team is right back close to 500 in the wild card mix. Like, that is unhealthy, because right now, you know what I'm thinking? After the show, 5 o'clock, Mets are on. Like, why should I hate it.
Get swept into it. I mean, just to see if they pull out 8 in a row now. That's incredible. All since Grimace throughout the first pitch. And we've been talking about it 3 days straight here on the Covino and Rich show. Rich is the resident Mets fan, but it is kind of fun and kind of random. And now everyone's sort of got their eye on it. Well, let's see what they do. Let's see how long they can keep this going.
Was doing the stupid math on how much money one would have made, because I'm always thinking from the gambling standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a part of you that said, all right, what if the day Grimace threw out the first pitch, I put $100 on the Mets, and every day I just doubled my bet. Like, all right, you won 200. Next day you bet 200. All right, now you got 400. You bet 400. Right now you'd be up to $25,000 on the Mets, because that's what money compounds that way when you keep rolling. So
I feel like we've talked about Grimace. Grimace has lasted longer than Scherzer and Verlander did last year for your Mets.
That is true. That is true. I can't lie.
He's brought more excitement than they did last year, and this year it turned everything around. So, again, we don't expect everybody to care the way we do, the way Rich does especially, but there's something to it, and my eyes will be watching the box score throughout the night, Rich, just to see if they can pull out 8 in a row. For sure.
It doesn't even need to be the Mets. The relationship I described could be Dan Byer with the Seahawks, Danny G with the Lakers or Raiders, or Iowa Sam with Caitlin Clark, or any Iowa team for that matter. You do get so oddly invested that it really becomes an unhealthy relationship. The fact that a Monday, Danny G's either happy or sad, depending on the Raiders.
Joy. Only one team wins every year, so
people say, "Oh, Rich, last year the Niners, they gave you so much joy." But I'm like, yeah, but you know what they also gave me? Heartbreak in Las Vegas, Super Bowl Sunday, when I'm there, like, yeah. you remember the story?
And then a few weeks of somber attitude because you invested so much into that season, and you have to deal with the fact that, not that it was a waste, because you did get, like, for example, it's like a good movie. What was that movie with Julia Roberts, Rich?
My Best Friend's Wedding? Pretty Woman.
No.
Aaron Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich.
Pelican Brief. Let's see. Oh, Pelican Brief. Great.
I know what he's talking about. The one about the end of the world.
3 Weddings and a Funeral.
No,
Ocean's 11.
Not that one. Not Pretty Woman. No. Not any of these.
Oh, Mystic Pizza.
No. The one where it was the end of the world, right, on Netflix. There was so much criticism because the ending sucked. But you're right. My theory was, if it held my attention for 2 straight hours in a world where nothing holds my attention, because we all have pea brains, and it brought me 2 hours of joy, but the ending was kind of whack.
Is it Larry Crown with Tom Hanks?
Doesn't that take precedence over the weak-ass ending? Think of all the joy it brought you. That's my point, and that's how you have to look at your sports. If it keeps you entertained throughout the season, even though your team doesn't win, then I think you're on the plus side of that relationship. And your Mets right now, they're sort of evening out the season for you.
I got it. Notting Hill.
That's Notting Hill. That's what it is.
The Mexican.
Mexican. Great.
Are you talking about Leave the World Behind, perhaps?
Leave the World
that's the
Behind.
one. Okay.
The criticism was, man, what a whack-ass ending. I'm like, yeah, but that movie was action-packed from the start until the very end.
You could say the same about a couple shows I've loved. 3 of my favorite shows have whack endings. Dexter, How I Met Your Mother, Game of Thrones.
So do you throw away all that joy because it ended bad? The point is, in my opinion,
Seinfeld.
no.
I mean, no, it brought you so much joy, but let me tell you, after Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, was it 58, right? Was this last Super Bowl 58? Okay.
Yes.
Cuckoo's Nest.
I'm
You were
losing my
there.
mind. No, Spot. I could tell you who. I could
You were
tell you
at the game.
dude. I could tell you who won and lost every Super Bowl.
Well, you know who lost this year?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
but it gave him 17 weeks of joy.
I was gonna say for some reason though, I'm bad at the numbers.
It was
like
LV3.
you give me the year, I'll tell you who won and lost in the score. But you tell me like Super Bowl 42, I'm like I don't know. So for some reason, I don't play by the numbers. Anyway. Thank you, Spot, for reminding me. Yes, 17 weeks plus the playoffs of joy, but all to be ripped away when I'm sitting there in Vegas. You remember the story? After the Super Bowl, I was so mad. I rented a car and said, F it, I'm driving home to L.A. Because sports play with your emotions. If a woman, and ladies, if a guy plays with your emotions the way your sports team does, leave them. Sports is the only thing you should allow to toy with you that way. Dude, Covino, if your daughter was dating a boy in high school that toyed with her the way a sports team toys with someone, you'd be like, honey, get rid of this piece of garbage.
Been there, done that. It's the truth. But
Don't play with my emotions, Smokey.
is it better
Dude.
to have loved than not loved at all, Rich?
Well, I'll tell you what, the
at
Mets
least
got
your
me.
team is winning now. Better than winning now than not winning at all. At least they got a streak going on. They're bringing you joy. You might have 8 straight days of joy,
Yeah.
courtesy of your Mets. So if you have, one bad ending, it's not the worst. Is my point.
As my Mets group text that they used to say I was too positive, they kicked me out.
Yeah, I mean you are.
They changed the name of the group chat earlier in the season to hashtag Mets will never ever win. So my group text, Mets will never ever win. The sentiment over the last couple days is like, damn it. They're pulling me back in. Damn. Like we're almost aggravated. Like, you almost wanted to chalk the season up. Like, they stink. Like the Cleveland Indians in Major League. Like, they still stink. They suck.
I think that's on you, just being a fickle sports fan when you know damn well it's a long season. So
yeah, but you're a piece of garbage. That's rude. I'm sorry. You're such a jaded Yankees, they win 90 games every year, most of your life fan. You don't know what it's like. You really
those
don't.
are 90 wins of joy. But guess what, Rich?
I know.
They haven't won since 2009.
Yeah, but when you're-
and for a Yankees fan, that's a long time.
I know, but I'm saying when you talk about, like, how do you not watch every day? Well, easy to watch when you at least have postseason hopes. I feel like in your lifetime, since I've known you, let's think about this. Since I've known Steve Covino in 2000...
but that's why you can't compare it to a relationship because you still have to show up in your relationship.
That's
With
true.
sports, you could tune out. Let's see what happens if you don't if you don't come home one night in your relationship.
Yeah. If she's
Doesn't work the
if
same.
she's sleeping, you might get away with it.
Exactly.
Well-
it's not exactly the same, but